Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Hector Aguilar of eXp Realty, and today I'm going to be interviewing one of our guest real estate agents, Cara Hipwell with Remax Executives out of Idaho. The purpose for today's video is going to be to bring you some valuable information about some of the um, nice neighborhoods that Idaho has to offer, kind of talk a little bit about many things to do. As you know, there's probably mountain biking, fishing, hunting, a different lifestyle altogether, a little bit slower paced in California. I know that many of you are probably thinking about selling your home here in California and are curious about, well, where should I go to? And, Kara and I have been talking a lot about Idaho and what Idaho has to offer. Idaho has also been in the news and has experienced a huge migration to Idaho. So this could be a perfect opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about Idaho and what it has to offer. So there's a big housing need right now. And there's also a large group of retirees here in Southern California that are getting ready to make that final move, right? Their kids are out of their house. They've already gone off to college. They're already starting their own little families. And they're at a point now, too, where they're thinking, well, let's go ahead and downsize. Let's slow down our pace of life and maybe look at maybe where we can relocate to. So, we are starting to see an influx of an exodus, if you will, from California out of the state. Last year, we had just over 180,000 households that moved out of California into various states in the union, but the top 10 states seem to be like Oregon, Washington, Utah, Idaho, Nevada, Texas, Arizona, and I want to say also Colorado is one of those top 10 states. And, Kara and I have had the opportunity of working with each other in the past. Her and I were colleagues at Remax Top Producers here in Southern California. And, she's making the transition. She'll tell you a little bit about her background when she has an opportunity to speak here. But I wanted to interview her and invite her to kind of share what Idaho has to offer potential homeowners that are thinking about selling here in California and relocating to Idaho. So without further ado, please help me welcome Cara Hipwell with Remax Executives in Idaho. Hi, Cara.
Hey, Hector. How's it going?
It's going really, really well. Number one, I wanted to thank you for making the time to be with us here on this live stream and share a little bit about the benefits and what Idaho has to offer some of the future homeowners that are thinking about relocating into Idaho. Pardon me. One of the things I wanted to ask you is, what makes Idaho special as far as a state to go to in your experience?
Idaho, let me see. How do I sum this up in just a few words? Idaho is just a great state where you get a really good quality of life. So the pace is a little bit slower than I think what you're used to, especially in the Southern California market. And you just get that quality of life. So there's a lot of recreation. There's a lot of golf courses. There's a lot of fishing, hunting. There's a lot of lakes. Boise, you have Boise State. You have a lot of, there's more nightlife in Boise than you have in other places. But yeah, that's it. It's just, you get all four seasons. It's just a really good, wholesome, clean environment. I think that a lot of people gravitate towards that just for the slow down in life and enjoy life a little bit more.
Sure. I mean, compared to California, right? I mean, California and New York are probably one of the fastest states in the country. And, most of the older homeowners, what we call baby boomers, right? Those that are already retired and have grandchildren are probably thinking of a little bit of a slowdown. And one of the benefits they get from probably purchasing in Idaho is they get to stretch their elbows out, get a little bit more land for their money. Is that what you're seeing with people that are relocating? Are you seeing, bigger houses, smaller houses, more land, no land? What are you seeing as far as what they're buying out there?
So what we're seeing is there is a little bit of something for everyone. Like you said, there are a lot of baby boomers. Take my parents, for example. They relocated from Southern California 3 or 4 years ago. We did spend time in Idaho growing up, but when it came down to it, they wanted a spot. They wanted 40 acres, for example, where he could have a shop and he could have a big house and have, everyone, all the grandkids come stay. So you have that. I have some other clients that ended up landing closer out there. So you have the whole Treasure Valley area is what we're going to call the area by Boise. Okay. And it goes from the Oregon border up through Boise. And so you just have something for everyone. Like I said, if you want more space, then you will end up out somewhere like that. Get an acre or two. I have clients that have purchased new construction out there on an acre. They came from Northern California, and that's what they wanted. They wanted space with no CCNRs where they can, live life how they want, get a dog, get a little cow, get some farm animals, and have that fun life.
That kind of like farm life, right?
Yeah, exactly. But then that's not for everyone. So I do see a lot of Californians relocating, and they want to be closer to, Meridian, Eagle, the Boise area, because you are in the city. You can get to Chick-fil-A in 5 minutes. Everything is right there where you want. And then especially Meridian. Meridian seems to be a spot. I get a lot of clients interested in that. There's a few golf courses there. And then you have, Boise, you have Boise State. I have friends whose kids graduated this year with my son, and their daughter's going to Boise State. So
it's funny you mentioned that. I have a really good friend of mine. He actually graduated from Boise State many years ago, and his daughter just finished her first year at Boise State. So definitely Boise State is known for being a little bit of a college town, probably a little bit more of a metropolis than the majority of the state. But it sounds like there's a little bit of everything depending on what the clients might want, whether they want a slower paced life, if they want a farm life, or if they want a city life. Certainly it sounds like there's a lot of options.
Yeah, there is. And the great thing is you can choose the farm life, get some acreage out, in the country, but yet you're not too far from your city services, to go to the movies, to go out to eat, that type of thing. Everything's really within an hour or less, travel time once you get in here.
Fantastic. So we talked a little bit about lifestyle. Tell me a little bit about what the work environment might be like in Idaho. What kind of companies are you seeing? This past year we all experienced, the pandemic, and we were kind of, stuck at home, quarantined. And I think what's driving our economy here locally, as far as real estate, and I'm sure throughout the country, is people are wanting a little bit more space, right? They were in an apartment, so they want to move into a condo, or they were in a condo and now they want a little bit of a backyard. Tell me about the work situation, or what Boise or Idaho can offer in terms of career opportunities in Boise or in Idaho, pardon me.
Yeah, there's a lot of technology. You have Micron. There were I was reading an article about some other companies, Silicon Valley companies have relocated some of their tech departments up here as well. And then you do have your remote workers. Several of my clients are actually, whether it's a lot of like online, I think she's an underwriter for insurance. So anything that can be done remotely, especially when, everyone found out they could work from home during the pandemic and they don't need to go in. There's also some law enforcement, firemen, that type of thing, and they will do their shifts so that they don't have to be in Idaho full time. So they will take their, 10 days off, come home, go work their 10 days, and then they just commute back and forth. There's several people in my area that do that as well. So, and then a lot of medical, you have a lot of healthcare workers that are in the Boise Eagle area as well.
Fantastic. And I know obviously you and I are both in the real estate market, in the real estate realm. Can you tell me a little bit about what the market is doing as far in terms of pricing, what someone can particularly think about paying for, like on a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet on a maybe 10,000 square foot lot, or maybe an acre? I'm not familiar with what Idaho can offer, but it sounds like it could be anything from a condo to acreage. So talk to me a little about
you can get a townhome in the 300s, 400s. I have some clients that closed on a couple of golf courses, like on the course in Meridian on Lakeview Golf Course, and they paid, one of them paid in the low 4s and one ended up paying in the high 5s. So it's just a wide variety. I have another client that's in contract on a new construction. It's over 3,000 square feet. It's a great little subdivision called Legacy, and they're paying 1.2 million. So you do have like quite a range. I think it was around maybe the mid 6s to get on an acre, brand new construction out in Nampa. So it's that's what we kind of narrow down with the search. What are you looking for? What are the schools at? Where do you want to be? And then we kind of start searching in that area, because what I found is a lot of people that are relocating they're not familiar with the area. So we always suggest visiting and get a feel for it. And then we kind of narrow down the search on that.
So I'm glad that you touched on that, because there's a lot of people that haven't visited Idaho. Myself included. I've never been to Idaho. But now I have an excuse to go and visit, because I can come and visit with you.
Absolutely.
But what do you recommend as far as, touring? I mean, obviously, our viewers are going to want to know, who can we contact? What can we arrange? Do you recommend a whole week? Do you recommend a 3 or 4 day stay? and obviously, what are we going to go see? So I think those are the important questions that someone who's thinking about relocating should ask in order to plan a little bit of a visit and kind of get familiar with Idaho, to first decide if Idaho is a good spot for them. What are your
Yeah,
recommendations?
it's really going to depend on what your goals are. You know what I mean? A lot of people do come up in the area because they have kids in high school and they want to tour, they hit Boise State or Idaho State or University of Idaho on their list. There's several universities, in Idaho. But
Okay.
also if you have kids, there's a water park, Roaring Springs Water Park, or you can definitely, I think you would want at least 5 days. It takes usually a day to get settled, a day to pack up and leave, and then you'll want a good 2 or 3 days in the middle there. But you're familiar with Southern California. You have Big Bear and Arrowhead. There is a
Right.
city called McCall, and it's a couple hours north. And so
Okay.
some people will come in and they want to make sure to hit that while they're up too. There's a big lake up there and a lot of fun things to do. They'll do, fireworks on the 4th of July, and it is a great place. A lot of people from Boise head up there to recreate. But
Man, I wish I could be up there for 4th of July. We'll probably be at Lake Havasu or Laughlin for that weekend, but
yeah,
that's kind of our local thing to do here. But
there you go.
it sounds like Idaho has so much to offer. Personally for me, I think maybe not now, but maybe in 10 years, I think I'd probably be ready for maybe some land, maybe something open, spacious, somewhere where I can have a shop and things of that nature, and just be able to enjoy nature. Because after a while, we get burned, we get a little burned out on the freeways and the towers and the condominiums and the downtown and the traffic and all that good stuff. So certainly someone who's looking to slow down, Idaho sounds like could be a fantastic option.
It is. And it's like I said, it's great. I mean, there's a ton of things to do. If anyone, a quick online search gives you dozens of things that you could do on a visit. Just this last weekend, we took, you take old tires,
Mhm.
inner tubes, and we
Okay.
went and floated down one of the irrigation ditches. It's called Indian Creek, and it
Oh,
was fun.
wow.
The kids had the best time. And you can also float the Boise River. You can rent tubes up there,
Okay.
and some people fish in the Boise River, but it goes right through town and it hits through Eagle, Meridian, and it kind of goes all the way out to Middleton. So it's a great
Wow, how
little.
fun.
You can hike it, you can walk it. They have a surf park for people that like to surf. They have
Okay.
a big old bike park where you can take your mountain bikes out and just bike around the foothills. So there's a ton of things to do, and I think you need at least 2 or 3 days in
It, it,
town,
it
plus
definitely
travel.
sounds like there's so many things to do. Just to kind of close out, Cara, what would you say is like the medium demographic in Idaho as far as age groups? Are you seeing young families come in? Are you seeing, I mean, you mentioned, college towns, Idaho
Mhm.
University and Boise State. Are you seeing more retirees come into Idaho, or is it just kind of like a pretty even spread of age groups that are you seeing that
It's
are coming
it's
in?
pretty even, but I see a lot of families. They're opening a new high school in our district where our kids
Okay.
are, and definitely there's a lot of young families moving in. I
Oh,
mean,
good.
8, 9, 10. I mean, young kids as well
Okay.
as well as the retirees. So you're getting a real good balance of each. But yeah.
Now, does Idaho have like in Southern California, right? We're accustomed to 55 and over communities. Is that
Mhm.
something that's prevalent in Idaho? Are there some 55 and over or retirement communities that are just specifically for that target the retirement community that wants nice and quiet, an easy life as well?
Yeah, there are a few. I don't think there's as many per se,
Hmm.
but there are a few. So if that's what you're looking for, there are a few that I've come across around the Meridian, Boise areas. So you just keep an eye out for those. Some people love them, some people don't. So there
Right.
is, like I said, something for everyone.
I've had a couple clients that I've helped sell, for example, like in the South Bay, Long Beach area, since you're familiar with Southern California, and I've moved them out to like Murrieta or Sun City, which is
Mhm.
high 55 and over community. So that's why one of the reasons I had asked is if there's communities out there. But again, there sounds like there's a lot of options out there.
There's a
And
ton, and there's a lot of new construction. And so you do have the choice to get in a more established community. Some people
mhm,
want that, and then with these newer communities, it's great. They're just going in, and the houses are there's a good quality construction going on, and so it's just kind of the sky's the limit right now. It's
uh-huh.
just the real estate is going pretty crazy.
I think just like in most heavy markets, right? Real estate is going bananas, as we say, right?
Hmm.
Tell me a little bit about, Idaho has this connotation that it's freezing all the time. Is that the case, or Or tell me a little bit about that. Because that's kind of a big myth, right?
I know. Yeah. Well, that's the thing I hear all the time. People are like, oh, we could never move there. There's so much snow. And yes, there are places in Idaho with a ton of snow, but in the Treasure Valley, the Boise area, you're not getting as much snow as you do maybe on the eastern side or the northern side. So up in Coeur d'Alene, you're going to get a little bit more weather. Over towards Idaho Falls, that area, you're going to get a little bit more weather. But in Boise, you're going to get all 4 seasons, but it's going to be really similar to the weather that you have in Southern California. So today we're in the 90s. It's a great day, blue skies, it's gorgeous. And then in the winter, you might get some snow on the ground, for a week or two. It's going to be freezing. They will turn off, the water for the lawns and that type of thing. And then it kind of just stays dormant through the winter. But my dad's a golfer and he's out golfing in January. So there is a lot of green grass in January as well.
Fantastic. So it sounds like it's not going to be like a snowstorm place and going to be snowing for weeks at a time.
Nope. It snows in enough that you can go out, maybe build a little snowman. The kids have some fun. And then when you're tired of it, it melts off. So
it's done. Good.
It warms up enough to melt off. So I can go walk to the mailbox, in my t-shirt in the winter. It's not a big deal.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad that we kind of talked about that because a lot of people think that Idaho is like a frozen tundra when it's truly not.
Yeah. Some areas.
It's definitely colder in Colorado, but I'm sure there's some areas too that are super cold.
Yeah, there's some areas that are, but in the Boise Valley, you won't get too crazy a weather. It is nice. People really love the fall. You'll see the colors change on the trees, and it's just gorgeous. And then it gets a little bit cold in the winter, and then by March, you're back to warm weather again.
Some sunny skies and cloud, partly cloudy and all that fun stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Good. Well, listen, I really appreciate you taking the time to share a little bit about Idaho and what Idaho has to offer potential people that want to relocate from California to Idaho. If you're thinking about, making a move and selling your Southern California home, we can definitely help you. And I'd love to, introduce you to Cara as well, and she'll take care of you here in the Treasure Valley area of Idaho. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to send us a direct message or a messenger on Instagram, on Messenger, or give us a call, and we'd be happy to kind of go over a plan for you on how to relocate into Idaho. Cara, I really appreciate you taking the time. I look forward to speaking to you and seeing you more often. And once again, thank you for your time. And is there anything else that maybe we might have left out that you want to mention before we leave here?
No, I think that's it. Maybe for the parents who have kids in school, that was a big selling point for us. Is a lot of the high schools here, they do a dual credit program. So I have a daughter that's going into her junior year, and she's actually enrolled in college classes. So they have their choice. They can, for biology, for example, you can do biology, you can do AP biology, or you do this dual credit. And so, like her math class will be math 145. So at the end of her senior year, there is a good chance that she will have her associate's degree from an Idaho university when she graduates high school.
That's really impressive. That's great point to bring up. I'm glad that you did, because a lot of parents are looking for the better education and better opportunities for their kids. So what a great feature.
Definitely. So,
okay, it's been a pleasure. Thanks again for making the time. Once again, this is Hector Aguilar, Aguilar Realty Group with eXp Realty, and we were joined by Cara Hipwell with RE/MAX Executives from Idaho. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us. It'd be an honor to help answer any questions and maybe transition you on to Idaho when the time is right for you and your family. Take care, everyone.
All right. Thanks, Hector.
Bye, Cara.